Hello everyone, and welcome back to another week on this journey of restoring this old farm to its former glory. Philippe is the one taking on massive tasks, creating a parking space behind the barn, bracing the old barn roof that has been deteriorating for years, and now tackling the driveway in the front. Odin, our son, is the light of our lives, one of the biggest reasons we're doing all this. As for my job, it's creating these videos. Not only to share this adventure with you, but also to preserve memories for ourselves and for Odin to look back on when he's all grown up. Of course, there's also our cat Lucy, our dog June, and our 3 chickens. These videos are also a major part of our income, helping fund the renovations. And as we move forward, we know what investments will be needed to make this restoration possible, and let's just say it'll take a lot more video making before we have enough to fix and restore everything. But we take it day by day, week by week. Some weeks it's all about restoring the buildings, removing old beams, breaking up concrete, or preparing to repair the damaged barn roof. Other weeks are spent cutting firewood, working on the old tractor we found in a field, or even fixing a 17-year-old car. At first glance, those things might not seem directly related to renovating a farm, but that's the reality. This kind of project isn't always straightforward. Living here means constantly learning, planning, and making improvements, big or small, that make our lives easier. A smaller car than the van to save on fuel, restoring the tractor so we can maintain the land, or servicing hardworking machines so they can keep supporting us for the big projects ahead. Soon we'll be tackling the driveway in front of the barn, and when the weather warms up, we'll be able to return to the excavation work behind it. In the meantime, it's the smaller tasks that help make the bigger ones possible.
So this is 100mm pipe. There's little holes all around. I didn't buy the one with the geotextile around it because I'm gonna make a trench. I'm gonna put the geotextile in, fill it with rock, put this in, and close the trench with the geotextiles. And even if there's like dust or other settlements settling around the geotextile, then I can't clean it out. This one, I'm gonna put inspection holes where I can put my pressure washer inside, so I can clean them out, and if there's no geotextile I can just flush it out. And then all the dust or anything that would have settled around here will go to the bottom. Gonna be so glad once we get the drainage going on, but because even in here it's just a swamp. Might sound crazy, but I'm running out of space with all these barns, but there's not many usable except for the newer barn, and that is even sketchy at times. Like I said, no more water inside, but when it's wet like this we still have damp coming from underneath, coming into the concrete, and yeah, it's still a damp place. The only solution for that is to remove the concrete, remove it, put a plastic tarp, put new concrete. And we need to do it anyways because we need to lower it so it's on the same height as the old barn. And then we have a lot more headspace downstairs, so it will be a lot nicer. It will be a very nice space then. Now it's very cramped with the height. These are summer tires for the BMW, by the way. Comes with 2 sets, winter tires and summer tires, so very handy. And for some of you, I sometimes see in the comments is why we are not working on the inside of the house, because you can't work outside, blah blah blah. It is simple. The house is fine as it is now. It is old. There's not much electricity. The comfort is not 100%, but it works. So we don't want to touch it. We're clean as can be. So the idea is old barn, roof, put a new concrete in, put 2 platforms in, make a living area on those platforms, then move from the house in the old barn and then do the house. Because if you try to renovate, I see some people doing it, and all the best to them, but no. If I'm done working, I want to be able to go back to a clean space and not live in my work area. That's just too much. Like this, I don't mind. It's muddy, it's not easy with all this weather, but I can go inside, take my shoes off, and I'm clean. So very important for me, at least, for Anisha as well. This is all parts for the sewage system which we're gonna put in place. So the drainage and the sewage is gonna be placed at the same time, and also I'm putting piping from one barn to another, and from the barn to the house, and from the barn to the chicken coop, for example, to put electricity through, or water, or everything, so everything will run underground. That's the electric hammer drill. So I'm gonna repair it, or try to repair it, at Claude's this afternoon.
A few weeks ago, Philippe's hammer drill broke down while breaking out concrete in the old barn. He's got all the parts now to fix it.
Alright, oh, next job. Alright, now to take this apart. This has to go in here, so all this has to come apart to put this one in. So this will involve a lot of YouTubing. I found a guy who takes these apart as a job.
2016.
Almost there. There's nothing left of the machine anymore. It's all in bits.
Back to that in a minute.
I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but this is totally worn down. The cross?
mettre en regarder ça tourne.
Voilà. Okay, I'm quickly gonna clean out this engine bay a little bit because I've ordered the parts to give it a big maintenance. Another thing I want to address is I've seen comments why I don't put my machinery inside. I would love to. I hate it that they're outside. New barn, full. The caravan is underneath there. Then we have the old barn. And the old barn, the roof is coming off very soon. And before it was just more damp in there than leaving the machinery outside. So I've looked at solutions. I've looked at those pop-up tents, but if you get a storm or something, bye-bye tent, so it's more of a financial pain and worry than just leaving the machines outside for now. I have no other choice, so I work with what I have now. So they stay outside. It's not the best thing, but it's not gonna kill them either. The excavator now has 1650 hours on it, and I bought it at 1250 hours, so I put 400 hours on, and it is, I think, 150 hours over its service. The last service was just before I bought it, which probably was too late as well, because normally you don't do service at 1250. I think it's every 500, I'm not sure. But anyways, that's why I'm gonna do a big one, so that I'm sure it has been done. Okay. Always forget this one. It's nicely hidden in there. I think I forgot it a few times, but okay. And there I need to look in the manual. There's one of those 3 nipples that is for the turntable, I'm gonna call it, and you need to go 90 degrees. Grease it 90 degrees, grease it 90 degrees, grease it 90 degrees, grease it. So I need to have a look at the manual because there's 3 and I always forget which one it is. Maybe I should mark it. Alright, that's done, I think. Cleaned a little bit and greased, ready for another go. Right, good morning. It's a chilly morning. Today I'm gonna give the excavator a maintenance, but before that, because I have to go down to Claude anyways, I'm gonna do a little bit of groundwork with him. There's a little gutter in front of his workshop it always gets flooded with water, and that's because the drainage a little bit further in his yard is totally blocked. So we're gonna scrape it all a little bit open and put a little slope on it so it can evacuate a little bit quicker. And afterwards we're gonna do the excavator in his shop. It's a lot easier. So let's get going. Alright, next up, Mr. Bobcat. That is why I cleaned it, because I want to do the maintenance on it. It's already cooling down. I have everything, I think, even the belt if it's easy to change, and I'm going to change all the hydraulic fluid as well. And the final drive, so the drives where the tracks go around. So that's a big maintenance on this machine. And after that, what's still open is the dumper. He's done. So we're gonna probably open up the engine and yeah, see what needs to be changed. A lot, I think. So that's the idea. Why we're doing it now, it's because it's winter time, so the weather is still bad. Although now we'll have a few good days, but I either do it now or I keep running it and then take the risk that it stops working altogether when I need it the most. So I bought everything from Bobcat this time. For the BMW, I ordered parts. Maybe you guys know it in Europe, Autodoc, and they have their own parts called Redex. Let's just put it this way, I'm not gonna do that a second time. So there's other brands a little bit more expensive, but from what I've seen, not gonna do it a second time. I had to send back so many parts that were just not good, or the parts that I put on, I'm doubting they will last long, so lesson learned. So that's why the Bobcat, I bought the oil from Bobcat, hydraulic oil and the oil for the engine, and I bought all the filters original from Bobcat. Okay, that's on. Let's have a look at the oil, see what it's at. No, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. Next, let's get the new fuel filter on. Then air and fuel is done. These are all tools that I don't have yet, so it's so handy that I can be in Claude's workshop. Either I would be buying tools and always delaying. Now I can just do it over here for now. Next up, let's see if we can get that oil out of here.
Voilà, c'est bien comme ça. Tu serres à la main, hein? Ça suffit. Bien fort à la main.
We also got a second-hand roof rack for the van, which will come in handy soon when we'll be getting materials for fixing the barn. Claude is replacing a few missing bolts.
Ja, we didn't come. We didn't come. Huh? Bye-bye. Let's try to do the hydraulic fluid change together with Odin. So I'm gonna keep the hydraulic oil that I get out of here because it's 20 liters, so I can use it in the dumper as well. And then replace this one. This is actually quite important because I think this is to ventilate it, and they tell you to change this one as well. Huh? Wat zeg je? Is het leuk? Is het leuk? Ja? Open? Doe?
Pas beaucoup de bruit.
Non.
Alors, t'as vidé?
Non. C'est fantastique pour... C'est le boulon là. Maintenant j'ai ouvert complètement ça, c'est ici un boulon. Okay, I don't know if I have it all on camera yesterday, but the maintenance on the little excavator is done. It was a big maintenance, so that's a good thing. We even changed all the hydraulic oil. We checked the belt because I had a new belt, but the belt is actually still good. The only thing that needed to happen was it needed to be tensioned. So it's a good thing that we checked. For the rest, everything seems fine. Just a lot of soil in here, so I'm gonna try to clean it out. I took the side panels off yesterday. I didn't put them back on because I knew today I'm just gonna see how much of it I can possibly remove, because it is not easy to access. I opened up a hole in here. I have a hole in here that I can put the pressure washer in, and one on the other side. So let's try to clean it out as much as I can, because there's a lot. And there is one small leak, I think. I'm gonna clean it up. And once everything is clean, hopefully I can see from which line it is coming, or which hydraulic pipe, because it's a hydraulic leak, but it's only very tiny, because I don't have to refill the hydraulic reservoir that often. So clean it up. Hopefully afterwards I can find that leak and repair it easily enough. And I had a chat with Claude, and before we do any more testing, he's gonna ask someone else for the front blade that keeps dropping. He thinks it's the cylinder packings that need renewing. So we might do that. It's not that expensive. Original from Bobcat is 60 euros, I think, something. Then you have very cheap ones, but I'm not doing that again. I had the same problem with the BMW. If you buy cheaper parts, it's just, yeah. Doing it twice costs you money as well. So it's like I said with this Bobcat, I bought original parts and they all fitted without a problem. We gaan er niet in kruipen, Odin. We gaan de kraan wassen. Ja, we gaan de stofzuigen. Ja, stofzuigen. Okay, it's quite dirty in there. Yeah. Oh no. Most of the dirt, soil, grease, whatever was in there is now gone. As you can see, I removed this cover, It's looking pretty good. Some rust here where water stands. So, but it's a thick piece of metal, some rust over there. It's when these rubber mats are on it, water stays underneath it, and yeah, can rust it away a little bit, but it's quite okay, and I'm quite happy in there. I went in there a second time, and it's really, it's hard to show you guys, but it's really clean now, so I'm happy. There's a little leak under there somewhere, and hopefully I can spot it now and try to resolve it. Okay, what rests now is the hours when I did it. 1654 hours. The only thing that I still need to do is the final drives. Those need an oil change, but I need to work the machine so they all gets nice and hot, and then change it, because it's gonna come out quicker. And then this was a big maintenance that you do on these machines. There's not much else that I can do on it. So basically what I'm trying to do here is remove all the rocks, get to a nice decent layer of soil, and afterwards I will check with the laser if I've gone too deep. Now it doesn't matter. If I've gone too deep, I will take nice soil from behind the barn, when it's drier of course, and fill it up here. Why am I doing this? Because we're gonna put a geotextile. And if you put a geotextile on stuff like this, there's no point, because it's just gonna pierce everything. So I need a nice soft equal layer, and like I said before, this layer here in front consists of many different stones of many different ages that they just keep adding on, and it's all being compacted like this. So that's why we had a lot of water standing here as well. So we need to tear it all open so the water can go through again. That's the basic idea. And you know me by now. It also gives me a chance for things that don't belong in the ground to remove them. Ja, hoe laat is het? Hoeveel laat is het als het een keer is? Dat het echt like lente ook bij was.
Zo rustig.
Okay, lunch is over. Let's dig some more. Let's get the excavator nice and hot, and then I'm gonna change the oil of the final drives. maintenant je comprends pourquoi tu dis que ça c'est mieux quand c'est chaud. Hein.
Elle ne coulerait pas.
Non, ça coule. Ça coule pas trop. Hein. Transmission. Eh oui. Hop, voilà.
Allez. Pour le caoutchouc. C'est tout ça, hein.
Oui, oui, je sais.
Ça va forcer avec le petit tuyau. Eh, c'est bien.
Oui.
Quel chien. Et pour quel chien. Il n'y a pas longtemps qu'il y en a un qui est passé. Oh, il y a assez. Non. Oh, alors, il ira bien.
Ok.
Un peu.
C'est fini?
On te laisse.
Pas toujours.
On te laisse, mon vieux. Mon vieux toutou.
Voilà.